goal is to leave here different than you came. A different person should leave this campus than the person who showed up. That's the most important thing. You may not agree with everything I say. You may not agree with everything that's shared. However, you should respect it because there's a reason and a rhyme as to why we're all here. All right, everyone that's going to be sharing and presenting here today obviously has something to share. They have a story to tell, and there's something that you can take from it. You can learn something from everyone. So I want you to have a mind that's open. A mind that's open to everything and attached to nothing. I heard someone say once upon a time that your mind works best like a parachute, right, when it's open. That's pretty solid idea, right? You can stay up all night long, might not think of something that good. But have an open mind. Find something that you can take and apply directly today. And here's what I want to share with you. As you suit up for your challenge, I want you all to dream. So many people in today's society, they lack passion. And you know why they lack passion? Because they don't have anything that they're committed to. And really the reason why that is because they've stopped dreaming. Some people stop. I heard someone once say that most people die at the age of 25. They give up on their dreams. They stop thinking about what they could be, where they could go, how many people they could impact, the lives that they could change. Well, I want each and every one of you all to know as I dive into these points here today, I have an acronym for DREAM. That's where DREAM comes from. Dare, risk, excitement, action, and momentum. Those ideas are very important to the journey that I've been on that I want you all to understand today. But I want you to know that each and every one of you, you're engineered for greatness. Right? You're designed for accomplishment. You were put here for a particular purpose. I don't know what that is, but you'll find out in due time. And as we move into this, I want you to be thinking about what it is that you do want. It's so often that we wake up and we don't have an attitude of gratitude. And adults can particularly attest to this. We wake up and we fail to say two simple words: thank you. Thank you for what I do have versus what I don't have. And that really can change the course of your day. That can change the course of your life. Being grateful for what you do have. And so what I want you to think about today, stop thinking about what you don't have. Stop thinking about the fact that maybe, like me, your parents are divorced, and that's a little upsetting. Stop thinking about the fact that someone else may have a better home than you have. Stop thinking about the fact that maybe you don't have necessarily the clothes that you would want to have. Someone else has it better. I want you to focus on today what you do have, but secondly, I want you to focus on this. What do you want? Just for the next few minutes, focus on what it is that you do want, where you do want to go, what college do you want to go to, what degree you want to have, what lifestyle you want to pursue, what type of family you want to have, what car you want to drive, right? How many children you want to have. Be a big dreamer. Think about those things today. And here's what dream means, guys: dare. From a dare standpoint, how that ties into my particular situation is I was fumbling around through my 20s, as I told you, aimlessly. I really didn't have any goals, and if you don't have any goals, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. Wouldn't you agree? If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. It's important to have some directives about your life. I had none. Although I was a teacher and coach, I was quote-unquote successful, as most people would call it. Had a nice place to live, had a nice car, had a teaching degree. I was a head girls basketball coach. That's why I kept my hair short. I'm just joking, ladies. They just completely checked out just then. Like, he just needs to get out of here. But I thought I had it going on, but what I realized is that I was waking up. I was going to go to work tomorrow because that's what I did yesterday, and I was no closer to the goals that I didn't have. And I was going to be worse. I wasn't going to be better tomorrow than I was yesterday because I was 2 days older, right? And so I want you to think about that. And what happened for me was a gentleman who started a business with me. Before I began my teaching career, he went out and actually blew that business up. And what I mean by that is this: his lifestyle changed. And in the process, I started to realize that it wasn't about the money that he was making. It was about the lifestyle, the choices, and the options that he had because he was pursuing his passion. He was doing what he was designed to do. Now, granted, my interest was piqued because he was making more money in a month building that business part-time from home than I was making in a year as a teacher and coach. I'll say that again. He was making more money in a month, whether he left home or not, and I was making in years as a teacher and coach. I want everybody to say with me, that's impressive. That's impressive. Because it is. Needless to say, that got my attention. I got off the sidelines, began growing that business because I realized the potential that it had and the timing that it had, the opportunity that I had. And so really his success, what it did is it ruffled my feathers. It dared me to start dreaming. And you think about dare. Whenever you're a kid, how many people ask you or dare you to do something? You remember when you were a kid, someone would say, I dare you to do this, I dare you to do that. What did you do? You did it. You didn't question it, right? It didn't matter how crazy it was. Think about some of those crazy dares. I double dog dare you to do this. right? Everyone ever seen Dumb and Dumber? You ever remember that movie? You can't triple stamp a double stamp over, right? They just go back and forth, daring each other to do something. They're grown adults, but I want you to think about the courage that you had, the enthusiasm that you had, the fact that when you were dared to do something, you didn't care how crazy it was, you just went out and did it. I remember a cousin of mine encouraged me to do something really that I wasn't even physically capable of doing at our park back home, and it was on a set of parallel bars. He said, I bet you can't do a flip on those parallel bars. I dare you to. And that's when, like in the movie scene, you know, when it just kind of pans out, you're like, I'm tested right now. What am I going to do? So I jumped up on those parallel bars. I went for it. But what I failed to realize, my arms weren't quite long enough to pull this thing off. And as I flipped over, I came down, bam, crashed and hit my stomach, bounced my chin off the ground. Got up, I was bleeding. I ran over to my dad. He was playing basketball. His game had to stop. He had to rush me to the hospital. And obviously, I failed miserably at that, but what did I do, guys? I actually did it. But the opposite is true as we grow up, as we become adults. Fear factor starts setting in. People go for things and they don't get it, and they're embarrassed. They're worried about what society thinks about them. They stop daring to be great. That's what I want you all to remember this morning. First step to being successful, first step to suiting up for the challenge is to dare. Dare to do something that most people won't do. Don't settle for mediocrity. Don't settle for average. Step outside the box. Everything, all successes, all great ventures lie just outside of your comfort zone. And you're going to be called crazy for going against the grain, doing what other people won't do. That's why you're here. You're a leader. All the other kids, they chose not to step into FBLA because they fear what the responsibility entails. They don't understand what entrepreneurship means. They don't understand what responsibility means. They don't understand what business means. You know what business means, guys? Success in business means a life of significance. It means growing yourself and providing a solution to problems, because that's what you do as an entrepreneur. You all have a special calling that you all will provide job opportunities for people. You'll provide solutions to people's problems. You'll help them make more money. You'll help them own cars to build homes. You'll help change the world by daring to be great.